Hello and welcome back to another video. Anime down here. We are doing What If Luffy Had the Sharingan Part 10. And last time we left off where Luffy and the crew are going off to train and get ready to fight CP9 and get Robin and see what's and get Robin back. And that Usopp had just left the crew. Before we get into the video, please subscribe to Grimshot and play the intro.
My darling, I love you, 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 I l
Down in the description below for Grimshot and Mark Spade, they made the Grimshot made the intro, Mark Spade made my thumbnail and banner. So please go check those two out. So yeah, let's get back into the video. Luffy and his crew sit on Water 7, since Frankie knows the place, he has places for them to stay. So they stay at those places and train. Water 7 is a humongous island, so they haven't encountered Usopp yet so far. So about 2 weeks have passed, and Luffy, Usopp, Zoro, Luffy, Zoro, Sanji, Nami, and Chopper and Frankie, of course, got stronger together. Frankie is kind of like worried a bit because they don't have Usopp, and he knows that Usopp is pretty strong. But Luffy, on the other hand, is not worried whatsoever. He knows that his crew members are strong enough to face CP9 alone, and he knows that with Luffy there, they'll be perfectly fine. So yeah, Luffy's not scared. He's just scared that he's worried that everybody won't be prepared. He needs to make sure everybody's prepared, and he needs to make sure that he gets Robin back. If you know what I mean. So, of course, my bad. Usopp, he's on some other part of Water 7, rented his own house, you could say. And he puts on a mask. It's been 3 weeks since he's encountered the Straw Hats crew. He puts on a mask and goes by the name of Soga King, or Sniper King. He sees the Straw Hats, and instead of coming in his own voice, he speaks to Luffy, saying that he'll help him get Robin back. The rest of the crew know that it's Usopp, but Luffy does not know. Unlike the original, Luffy does not want to take back Usopp until Usopp apologizes. So he doesn't need that big old pep talk from Zoro. So Luffy's basically is a bit angry and sad a bit, but not too much. He knows that as a captain, he's gonna need his respect, and his crewmates are gonna need to listen to him. So he's not really worried about that. He sees the Soga King guy, and he knows that he's strong. He can sense it in him, of course. And he accepts Soga King in, or Sniper King, you may say. About 2 more weeks pass by, so it's been about a month and a half, 5 weeks. And now they're ready to set sail. Frankie doesn't make them a boat. Well, he does make them a boat, but not a great one. And luckily, Frankie knows some people. We then meet the frog girl and the big girl and the big mom. I honestly forgot their names. And the frog, you could say, with her bunny. The girl with her bunny and the frog and the train, and yada yada yada. But I'm not gonna get too much into the frog versus the train thing. Nah, we're just gonna get into the whole train. This train helps them travel to Enies Lobby, which is an island owned by the government and important to the government, of course. The Straw Hats crew then get on with Soga King, or Sniper. Let's just call him Sniper King, or whatever. So yeah, they get onto the train with Sniper King and make it to Enies Lobby. Unlike any originals of settling in and yada yada yada, finding stuff to do on the island, they instantly over there and start taking stuff down. They get to this part of the island where you can see the whole front and you can see the flag, you're not too far from the flag. Usopp, you know that one scene where they're all standing on those pillars together. So yeah, the Straw Hats are all lined up on this place with Soga King right by. Luffy Luffy looks down he looks up and he says, Sniper King, do it. Firebird the star! As he shoots a Firebird star. But it's like a humongous one. It's not like the original at all. And it brilliates the whole entire, well, it doesn't break it. It goes straight through the flag of Enies Lobby, which is like a marine flag. So, this is like basically taking like charges against the entire government, the world government. So, yeah. Then CP9 comes out noticing this. Yes, this is different from the story. And they each take their parts. Luffy tells the Straw Hats to separate and find their own battles and try to find their way to the top, knowing that is where Robin is staying. Because at the top you can kind of tell that Robin is at the top, as like there's the dude with the golden mask thing. I don't know. I hate that dude. Oh my gosh. The dude that was capturing Robin, he was at the top and he was the first one to see what had happened, to the flag, and that the Luffy and the Straw Hats plan to take over the place. Now, this is where it's going to get different and more difficult. Well, not yet, at least. Well, yeah, we'll just wait. Luffy, knowing that where he is, he gets down and he goes in to fight to try to get straight up to Robin as fast as possible. He's running through doors, he's running upstairs, all of that, and it's stopped. He's stopped by the door dude, and I know this is like a different place because in the original, the place where the door guy, I'm just gonna call him door guy, so don't discriminate. Oh, don't be mean, okay? The door guy stops Luffy outside and fights him, but yeah, let's get into it basically. Luffy looks at this man. He says, "Get out my way," activating his Sharingan, saying, "I'll kill you." The man said, "There's no way. There's no such." He makes a door, walking through a door right behind Luffy, trying to grab Luffy by the back of his neck. Luffy grabs his hand and slams him on the ground. Using his Sharingan, he can detect the movements of where he's gonna go and grabs him right by the neck, right where he is. It's like it was light speed. He grabs him and he slams him to the ground and stomps on his chest, knocking the door guy out instantly. Yes, he knocks him out. Quick and easy, not even needing to go into a certain state. Now this is where it gets difficult. I don't know how to make a lightning noise or explosions around the island. Well, not far off the island, but like near the entrance of the thing. You can hear them, and you can kind of see them from afar as they are light beams. Luffy does remember his fight with what's called Akainu. No, not Akainu. It was with, oh my gosh, how did I forget his name? Aokiji. There we go. His fight with Aokiji, the admiral, and he noticed that remembers that he let him get away. So Aokiji could warn one of the other admirals or the other people, and it turns out he did so, and he warned Kizaru, which is the wielder of the light devil, the devil fruit, the light, what is it called? Pika Pika no Mi, which is the light fruit, light Logia, so it's overpowered automatically. But yeah, let's continue. Luffy then notices that he's gonna have to fight Kizaru, so he tries to get as close up to the top as possible, knowing that when he beats Kizaru, he won't be too far. He meets up there, but he gets up there, but right as he's almost like he's about like 4 levels to where that level where you have to like go through that door and then through the whole waterfall thing. Yeah, he's like 3 levels behind that. He's stopped by Kizaru with a light beam, dodging it like with ease. Luffy says, "Too slow." He turns around and he jumps straight to Kizaru, enhancing Haki into his hand, and grabbing Kizaru by his neck and slamming him on the floor. He looks Kizaru in his eye. He says, "I trained for about a month and a half. May not seem long to you, but for me, it's ages for training." He holds Kizaru by his neck, telling Kizaru, "I will kill you. If you charge any further, I'll kill an admiral if I could." He throws Kizaru about, but Kizaru instantly, as he's away from Luffy's grip, uses his light speed to get away as fast as possible. We all know Kizaru's the only reason why Kizaru's not the best admiral is because he's not very smart. So he doesn't use his Devil Fruit to his full potential. And he doesn't have like a mind for that. Like Luffy has a mind to use his Devil Fruit creatively. Kizaru doesn't have much of a creative mind. Like, think about it. If Luffy had the light fruit, the Pika Pika no Mi, OP. OP. It would be OP. Because of his creativity. But yeah, let's get into it. He uses light to get away, but then he instantly uses his light speed to charge at Luffy. Luffy stops Kizaru with a kick to the left, to the jaw, and he jumps forward and punches Kizaru over and over again. Kizaru, of course, gets away and lands a few light beams on Luffy, hitting Luffy pretty hard. You can see a bit of burn marks on his back. Luffy then gets angry, and his Mangekyo Sharingan activates. Luffy says, "Well, here now. Check out my new moves." He puts his hands on his knees, and with his Mangekyo Sharingan, he has Haki overflowing him. So it's like basically like full body armor Haki, just like not like that in form. But yeah, let's get into it. My bad. Let's keep going. He puts his hand on his knees and on his legs. Since his body's made of rubber, it's like a push. It's like pushing down onto each other, causing pressure in its blood for his body to heat up. Using such a technique, as Kizaru sees this, Kizaru doesn't know, but if anybody else would see this, it would be shortening Luffy's life every time he uses it. So yeah, keep that in mind, because blood pumping. Since Luffy is made of rubber and he has that extra durability, his blood pumping is pumping so fast it causes him to be able to move faster and to be stronger. So yeah. Luffy is a lot faster than light, because Luffy had already been light speed, but now he's faster than light. Well, now he's even more faster than light. So yeah, so you can scale him above faster than Kizaru. Kizaru goes for attack, but Luffy dodges it with ease, not even using observation Haki, but actually using his speed alone. He dodging Kizaru like they're nothing and ends up going for attack straight to Kizaru's stomach. Using this mode, it doesn't make Luffy can't stretch as much, but he can still stretch enough to where like a pistol could do loads of damage. He punches Kizaru so hard in his stomach, Kizaru takes that back and it's like blasted back a bit by the impact of his punch. Luffy charges forward before Kizaru can hit a wall. Luffy uses his right foot to kick Kizaru's back of the head into the ground. So Kizaru's on the ground. Luffy's Mangekyo Sharingan activated. But Kizaru smiles. Not smiles, he laughs. He says, kid. Unlike Aokiji, I'm prepared. Besides, I'm stronger. Pew! A big old light explosion explodes out of nowhere, causing Luffy to lose his sight. Luffy deactivates his gear second. Oh yeah, that's what that gear is called. Gear secondo. Gear secondo. Whatever. Something like that. So, yeah. After that, Luffy... my bad. Luffy is blinded by the light, and once the light begins to fade, Kizaru gets serious. It turns out, even if Luffy uses Gear Secondo, Kizaru can catch up to his speed and strength. Luffy is getting mollywopped with his entire his Mangekyo Sharingan activated. He then looks Kizaru in his eyes, saying, "Gotcha." As Luffy is blasted back by the last punch Kizaru got before he was putting the Genjutsu. Luffy got beat up so bad that he can barely move. Well, not barely move, but like it will take him a while to get up after taking this blow. Luffy put Kizaru in a darkness Genjutsu to the point where he couldn't see anything. Kizaru laughs, he says, Remember, kid, I'm light. Haha. Luffy said, I couldn't put you in my strongest genjutsu. I just needed some time to heal. Luffy says, well, that time wasn't just enough to heal, but to get away. Luffy activates his Gear Secondo and gets away before Kizaru can fully recover from the genjutsu. Because remember, the genjutsu does take a toll on your body in this show anyways, so, yeah. So, Luffy gets away as fast as possible, making it to the floor where he must pass the river. There's no boats and there's no points in using a boat, but it won't be hard for Luffy to get by, as all he needs to do is jump, of course. He deactivates his what's it called? He deactivates his, I said deactivate. I mean, he undoes his, Gear Secondo and tries to stretch as far as possible, but it turns out to be too far. My bad about that. But, yeah. He tries to shoot out his arms, but it turns out it's too far, so Luffy thinks, Luffy's dumb, so it's not easy to think. Well, Luffy does think, and it took him about, like, a little while to think of this. He says, I don't have too much time, so jump! He jumps into the water and begins to drown. But the bunny girl ends up saving him. Yes, the bunny girl. Turns out the bunny girl ended up making it up there as everybody else was distracted by a fight. She saves him on a boat, and you guys saying, "Oh, the whirlpools, blah blah blah." Oh, we're not gonna talk about that. Okay, he get plot armor. Okay, plot armor. Okay, Luffy is saved by the little girl and has made it to the other side. As Luffy then enters this door to get to the final battle, he sees Kizaru, knowing that Kizaru will make it there, in any time soon. He tells the girls back up as he does something. He punches the doors down. I can't say what this something is yet, but yeah. And he punches the door down without any difficulty whatsoever and gets through. In this door, there's only one more floor up, Luffy knowing that this is where Robin must be. But then Luffy starts to run as fast as possible. Boom! He's stopped by Rob Luffy. Luffy looks at Luffy, says, "You're strong, when able to fight off a government like that? I mean, an admiral like that, huh? Stronger than me, I would say." But he laughs. He says, "Sure, there's no way you're stronger than the both of us." Luffy then turned Luffy. I said Luffy. No, is it Luffy? It's Rob Luffy. Yeah, Luffy turns into his tiger form because of the fruits they had given him, and the fruit he has. It's like a tiger zone where he's like a tiger or something like that, or like a cheetah. But yeah, it's something like that. And right behind Luffy comes Kizaru right back. Kizaru laughs at Luffy. He says, "You would have been so tough, but you do the stupidest thing." Luffy laughs. Mangekyo Sharingan activated. And then Luffy activates his Mangekyo Sharingan. Flocky is holding all around him. Flocky is flowing all around Luffy with the Mangekyo Sharingan. As Luffy begins to get angry, Luffy then says, "Give me back Robin." And he screams. And around Luffy comes an aura. This aura is red. It's red. And around Luffy begins to float up into the air. And all you see is this giant skeleton go around Luffy. And it begins to have skin, and then it gets armor, and at the top is a straw hat. Well, Luffy's straw hat is on the head of the Susanoo. Luffy using his Susanoo for the first time with anger. Well, basically the Susanoo is really just a big chunk of like Susanoo made of hockey. So every single hit is pretty much hockey. That's all I gotta say. Like every hit is hockey. Has hockey in it. If you hit it, it's gonna have hockey. So any Devil Fruit won't work on this. The only way to defeat it is with rivaling hockey or just strength. Like, yeah, you have to have rifling Haki. But, so yeah. Luffy uses the Susanoo as he flies up into the air. Luffy's weapon is just one single-handed sword that looks exactly like his own. But his Susanoo is very much different, so. Using his, because of his gum rope, he can make his Susanoo's arms stretch and legs stretch. So basically, the Susanoo is a very flexible Susanoo, pretty much. So, yeah. Luffy then says, it's too big. There's no way I can do so. And there's no way I can fight these two guys like this. Well, not strategically, at least. They'll just be able to keep dodging my attack if I'm doing this big. Luffy then just says, okay. He thinks to himself, because of Luffy's great ability of using and fighting, he says, compress, in his mind over and over again. The Susanoo gets smaller, and it goes around Luffy's body as if it's like a compressed Susanoo. So, yeah, it's like basically his body's full of armor. And for those who are saying, oh, you can't do that, yada, 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 that's his what's it called, his Sharingan ability. So his Sharingan ability is basically, you know, how his Susanoo can arm stretch and he can compress it to himself. So yeah, that's Luffy's Sharingan, Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan ability. Well, there's also one more, but we're not going to get into that yet. So, yeah. Luffy's Susanoo is compressed. So basically, Luffy is now a warrior, pretty much undefeatable. He is super fast. His armor is like pretty much unbreakable. He's way more stronger, and no devil fruit user is useful against him. Well, not really useful against him. Luffy then instantly teleports behind Kizaru, kicking him right in the side, knocking Kizaru into the wall. He jumps straight to Luffy, punching Luffy in his stomach. But right as he punched Luffy in his stomach, Luffy goes for, one of the claw attacks to Luffy's armor. And it does exactly no damage. And it actually hurts Kizaru instead because it's made of Haki and he's in like a devil fruit form. Each one of Luffy's attacks is pretty much unguardable by both of them. The only thing they can do is use their speed, which is going to be hard because Luffy is also super fast. Luffy is a little below Kizaru's speed, but, not even below. He's like at the same speed of Kizaru. So basically, the CP9 member, Rob Luffy, he wouldn't be able to do much against Luffy. So yeah. Luffy then throws a punch straight to Kizaru's face, but it's missed by Kizaru as he barely dodges it in the nick of time. Kizaru then says, I have Haki too. Luffy says, Haki? Kizaru says, stability you're using. Luffy says, so that's what it's called. His punch exerts so much Haki that you can see the color of it. Well, like Luffy and, Rob Luffy and Kizaru can see the color and they see that it's platinum. And you guys made me think, oh, why isn't Luffy's Susanoo platinum since his Haki's color is platinum? Nah, I just wanted to give him a red vibe, you know what I'm saying? Just because red is a pretty cool color. But, yeah. Let's continue. Luffy throws a punch straight to Kizaru's face as it emits platinum. Basically, okay, at the moment, Luffy's body is covered in a red Susanoo like armor, and his fist and the blade of his sword are made of platinum. So basically, those are where his Haki is mostly enhanced. Where basically it will be hurt the most to hit, and there's basically no pun in hitting him there, of course. He grabs his sword out of his thing, and he goes and he slices Kizaru in his stomach. And then he goes for a slice on the back of Rob Luffy. He looks at them in the eyes and puts them both in a Genjutsu. This time, putting Kizaru in a Genjutsu where he's surrounded by a bunch of sea prism stone. And same thing for Rob Luffy. Luffy uses this time to run up the stairs and go for Robin. Once he makes it up there, the dude in the mask who's, basically taking over Robin and stuff is like, taking Robin and stuff, trying to take Robin and hit her and stuff, is scared and he goes to his knees and he says, please, please, please don't hurt me. Please, you can have her, like a coward he is. Luffy kicks him and he falls down, not to his death, but into water, like a far down water. He grabs Robin and he runs. And for those saying, what about Zoro's fight, Sanji's fight where he against Diablo Jambe? I don't want to get into those fights too much because they won't be hard for Luffy and Nami. Oh, and in Nami's fight, Nami did use a pole that she had gotten from Usopp over times. Like, right before they reached Water 7, it's a weapon that she's gotten from Usopp. Or, yeah, she got from Usopp. I didn't want to get to their battles because the ones we're mainly focused on is Luffy's. So, yeah, Luffy makes it. And right as Luffy makes it to, like, the bridge to get out of there, Zoro and the rest of the crew show up behind him. But also, there's Kizaru. Kizaru shoots a light beam straight towards his crew, saying, if I can get you, I'll get the rest of your stupid crew. The light beam charges over there, but Luffy super fastly kicks away the light beam, saying, remember what I said? It's too slow. The rest of the crew see this armor around Luffy, knowing that Luffy has gotten way, way strong. Knowing that they probably will barely ever reach that strength of his right now. As right before they leave, it turns out the government show up. And this government includes Aokiji also shows up with Kizaru. Well, I mean, actually not Aokiji because there's other things happening. The war is starting to happen, you could say. But yeah, Kizaru's there, and many of the Marines start to come to try and take Luffy because Luffy now is a much more of a threat to the government of what he did. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Loads of Marines start to flood in, but Robin takes half of them out using her hands, loads of hands, just to snap a bunch of their back. Right as they reach the end where there's no escape to go because the water ends right there. It turns out the Golden Mary comes back to save them. They ride on the ship to go. They ride on the ship. They jump on the Golden Mary, escaping the Enies Lobby master. Escaping Enies Lobby. They make it to some island far away from where they were and will not be found. Well, not yet, at least. And they stop at this island, of course. No, this is different from the story, but let's get into it. Well, let's continue. Usopp takes off his mat. Well, Soga King takes off his mat and reveals that he's Usopp. Luffy looks at him and says, Usopp, what are you doing here? As he gets angry. Usopp says, Luffy, as he gets on his knees and he apologizes. He apologizes to Luffy. Hold up, pause about the gets on his knees part. Hold up, pause. But yeah, he apologizes to Luffy and swears that he won't ever do that to the crew again and that he would like to join the crew again. Luffy accepts this proposal, you could say, and he joins the crew. The crew's all on this island, and they seem to notice that the Going Merry starts to break down. As the Going Merry breaks down, Luke looks at Usopp and he says it's time. He lights his torch and he gets a tiny boat. Well, not a tiny boat, a boat where they can fit on, pretty much. And he throws the torch into the Going Merry, lighting it on fire. The Going Merry starts to burn down. Bits of it explode. And as they watch the Going Merry die, pretty much it says, I will miss you guys, in a tiny voice, like a child's voice, pretty much. Goodbye. It was fun. As they all hear it. Zoro doesn't cry, but you can tell that he's sad. Usopp cries tears, And Luffy cries more. Usopp puts on his mask to hide his tears, but you can still tell that he's crying. Sanji doesn't cry. Nami cries. Robin cries also, but yeah. So, this is going to be the end of the video. So, please subscribe to Mark Spade, subscribe to Grimshot, link down in the description down below. And, peace out.